Good morning. Welcome to lesson 90, which is the review of 79. Let me recognize the problem so it can be solved. And lesson 80, let me recognize my problems have been solved. Salvation is already, it's a done deal. It's funny. Let me just do this workbook. No, do the workbook. It's a required course. I'm just waxing lyrical there. Okay, so let me recognize the problem so it can be solved. Let me realize today that the problem is always some form of grievance which I would cherish. Let me also understand that the solution is always a miracle with which I let the grievance be replaced. Today, I would remember the simplicity of salvation by reinforcing the lesson that there is one problem and one solution. And I think we spoke about that during that lesson 79 about how you have to have it like pounded into your head again and again and again, which is what the particulars of the framework of your own association are that show up. Everything's an opportunity to remember that there's one problem and one solution. And in that is the automatic acceptance of the solution. Okay. So today I would remember the simplicity of salvation by reinforcing the lesson that there is one problem and one solution. The problem is a grievance, the solution is a miracle. And I invite the solution to come to me through my forgiveness of the grievance and my welcome of the miracle which takes its place. Specific applications of this idea... Thank you. Specific applications of this idea might be in these forms. This presents a problem to me which I would have resolved. The miracle behind this grievance will resolve it for me. The answer to this problem is the miracle which it conceals. And then 80 in the afternoon, let me recognize my problems have been solved. This is a great sentence. You ready? Listen to this. I seem to have problems only because I am misusing time. How can I misuse time unless I only have one purpose? Obviously, I must have two purposes. I have the idea that I think I'm pursuing salvation through this workbook, and then somewhere I've got some other kind of agenda going on that's presenting me problems, because problems are the idea of what the world's purpose is to keep and to offer me as an idea of temptation in opposition to this. Okay? But I cannot choose two masters. So whenever I have a problem, it's always because my mind is split. I think there's something else going on other than salvation, and there's not. Absolutely every fractured, let's say, or every element of the particulars of my own life association, my work, my play, my friends, my family, my whatever I want to call things, has to be brought into alignment with my salvation. I can't leave anyone or anything behind. And everywhere I go, I take it all with me anyway, because everything's just my own idea about it. Okay. Today, I would remember the simplicity of salvation by reinforcing the lesson that there is one problem and one solution. The problem, a grievance, the solution, a miracle. And I invite the solution to come to me through my forgiveness of the grievance and my welcome of the miracle which takes its place. Specific applications of this idea might be in these forms. This presents a problem to me which I would have resolved. The miracle behind this grievance will resolve it for me. The answer to this problem is the miracle which it conceals. Okay, and I like that second one. The miracle behind this grievance will resolve it for me. The miracle's always there. It's simply another way to choose. Okay, it's choosing right. So let me allow the Holy Spirit to guide my choice in this situation, and I will see the miraculous nature of that decision flow through me to bring about not only a change of what it is that I was expecting as an idea of having to solve that problem in my own mind as an internal shift, but also something that seems to take place in the outside arena, because one is not different from the other. Okay. Let me recognize my problems have been solved. This is our afternoon one. I seem to have problems only because oh, hang on. Yep, sorry. Let me recognize my problems have been solved. I seem to have problems only because I'm misusing time. I think we started on this one earlier. I've skipped a bit somewhere. I believe that the problem comes first and time must elapse before it can be worked out. I do not see the problem and the answer as simultaneous in their occurrence. That is because I do not yet realize that God has placed the answer together with the problem so that they cannot be separated by time. The Holy Spirit will teach me this if I will let him, and I will understand it is impossible that I could have a problem which has not been solved already. These forms of the idea will be useful for specific applications. I need not wait for this to be resolved. The answer to this problem is already given me if I will accept it. Time cannot separate this problem from its solution. Okay? Because time doesn't actually exist. It's something I make up in my own mind. And when I let go of the idea of becoming dependent on my time-based thinking, which is my temporal thoughts about myself as being this body or whatever, automatically the will of God becomes what it is that I am of and perceive. Right? I am God's will. I am the extension of the light of the creative source of all that is. I don't know if you might be having trouble with that one, but so are you. If God is everything, that includes us together as that one everything, which we can call the Christ or the Buddha or Krishna or whatever consciousness kind of association helps you to form an idea of something that's beyond the temporal framework, beyond Alpha and Omega, outside before time was and after time is over. All right, I love you, and I'll see you for a new lesson, Miracles Are Seen in Light, lesson 91, tomorrow. Peace.